the journey versus predators so far. The history of it is I wanted to have chickens because I eat a lot of eggs and I like to know where the eggs come from. So we started down the chicken and duck road thanks to the survival podcast, Jack Spirko. And we eventually turned this garden, which I hate the garden, so perfect, into a little chicken area as well. So we started off with a bunch of birds that got hit by hawks and coyotes. In order to solve the coyote problem, we got ourselves a Great Pyrenees, which I don't see him at the moment. He's probably over there bothering the other chickens. Oh, there he goes, he just chased them. So that's it, he likes to chase them. He doesn't actually ever hit them, he just likes to run them around. So he does an okay job protecting. But he is taking care of the coyotes. We'll walk the property, we'll leave some hair, and then, yeah, so he's done a good job. But he doesn't like to stay out all the time because when we got him, he was cute and cuddly and it was cold. And he was only 2 months old, so we put him inside. So he loves me more than chickens and he wants to come inside, which is great. I love that he loves us, but anyway. So I did a bunch of things to try to get rid of the hawks, put up the CDs and some streamers that were shiny, and they didn't care. I have this owl thing right here, and they didn't care. I also put up some net, and the net just came apart because I guess it's not meant to be used for this long. That's why now I went to the chicken wire. So it's kind of got a bigger hole to it, which is okay. This is for the roof, and I'm gonna do the roof over there. I gave them an extended area out here. I'll go over there in a second. And then I'm gonna wrap it all the way around the whole thing. Of course, it's too big for chicks, so I'll have to do something or not let them out that far, maybe. Anyway, so right now we had 40 birds that were hatched, or 40 eggs that were hatched into chickens. And there was a rooster we were trying to utilize, an Ayam Cumani, which is a completely all black chicken. That's why most of them are all black, except for a couple of them. And what we have found is the hawks don't usually go for all black. I guess they look like crows, hawks and crows. You can see them out here doing the dance fighting, and the crows will gang up on the roosters. I mean, sorry, on the hawks and eagles and I don't even, vultures, whatever. I don't know, some sort of bird of prey. Insert whatever the right word is. So I'm building an area that I can keep them safe. They have, I gave them this extra grass area and they killed it. So I don't know if this grass will come back, but I do know that if I try to keep them in this small area for too long, they're going to develop disease. So I like to keep this super easy and light on me. And one way to do that is let them free range. This way, none of my chickens ever pick up anything. None of them die of weird causes besides hawks or predators, right? So there's no like, oh, randomly, well, every once in a while, a randomly dead chicken. Usually they're just older or they jumped and broke a leg, and I don't take chickens to the vet because it's a chicken. Anyway, so I want them out free ranging also so they can eat whatever they want. So I have this large chip pile that they like to dig through, but I want them going out and into the woods over there. And so the life of freedom that these guys live is a bit dangerous. So at the moment, every single rooster I've got is dead. And of course, some of these guys are turning into roosters. I just don't know which ones are roosters yet. So these guys free range, but I have no more roosters because the roosters did their job and protected, and they all got taken. So you can see there's a couple Ayam Cumanis that made it over time. There's one right there. So that is a offspring of the original. And then there's one over here. So some hens that, you know, made it. Weirdly, I do have one meat bird that has made it, which people said you can't let them live, they will die. I'm like, yeah, it'll be okay. Turns out I was right, they're okay. They just stop eating so much. Okay, so the other thing I'm doing is, in addition to rolling out this chicken wire everywhere, I put some stakes in the ground, not too deep because I got some electrical running right here. Again, the holes are a little too big and I wanted something shiny, so I put some caps, some used cans on top to keep the netting up and to be shiny. And then I'm gonna string it up and put some stuff on the bottom to kind of keep it in place. But this will be their sanctuary. One of my kids had a good idea of running some of the chicken wire up and over the coop that's already here, and this other metal coop we got from a friend. And then I got these two guys. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them yet, but we also ran wire for support. You can see that wire, yeah, over to the coop. So the chicken wire has something to lean on. The goal here isn't to keep predators out. That's what this guy is, at least the walking predators. He's for all the walking predators. This is to keep the chickens in, and I haven't done the top yet, but the hawks out. So they've got a pretty big area, and I think I can let them live in here for maybe like 6 or 8 months. And the idea is not to do 40 now that I know this works. Maybe I'll hatch like 20 chickens. And of course, every time you hatch chickens, 50% of the time it's a rooster. So you gotta wait for them to figure out who's a rooster. There is a way to sex the chicken, but all of their goodies are on the inside, so you can't really tell. You have to like take the chick and peel its like cloaca. I don't know, you gotta peel something back, and then maybe its man part will stick out, or maybe not. So it's very iffy. There's another way to do it with their wings, but that's if you have the right breed, which I don't. I have mutts. I don't know what any of these guys are. They're just randos. But you can see some of them are all right there. And the ratio is about right. So it's about 15 blackbirds to 1 brown bird. And that's about right. So the blackbirds are what I'm going for. Those Ayam Cumani. At least I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, I had used this, see if you can see it, it's like a looser garden net. And I had a hawk or bird of prey, whatever. I don't know what they're really called. Hawk, eagle, vulture. Well, it wasn't a vulture. They like dead stuff. One of those birds of prey actually went through the net and landed right on top of a chicken and ate him, but then got caught. And so when I finally realized by seeing the vultures like circling, I was like, something's dead out there. Sure enough, there was 2 dead birds right here, and they got caught in the net. So it sort of did what I wanted, but not really. I want to protect, I'm not into killing things if I don't have to. So like these birds, I barely ever harvest unless I have too many roosters. I just want their eggs. It just is a weird journey for a city slicker to turn into a somewhat farmer. I don't know when you become a farmer. I've got 50 chickens in total, so does that make me a farmer? I don't know. It makes me an idiot is what it makes me. This right here is a coop that I usually put the birds in when they're first, oh, there's a hawk right there. Coming to say hi. I put them in this coop to keep them very secure. We made this over that 2 weeks to slow the curve down. And it does a great job of helping the chicks grow up for about a month in this container. I don't know if I'll use that again because this guy worked out really well to put him in there and just keep the door shut for a month. I can put a heating lamp on them and they can get hot or not. And then I open up the door and they can start running around. Then I can open up more sections to give them more space. I want them to understand that that is the place of safety, so they don't do like some of the roosters, which they'll just come out and roost on anything, which, oh, that's interesting. A rooster and a roost. I wonder which word came first. So they'll come out and roost up there, and then the owls and whatever nighttime critters will come out and pound them. But I don't really care about securing the roosters because, weirdly, they don't lay eggs. So that's the journey so far. I'm gonna wrap this up a little bit better, put the top on, and try to keep them alive. My goal is, or my thought process is, if I can get 10 hens, oh, look at that, what is that? That is a vulture. I think you can tell it's got fingers on its wings. So something's dead over there, I guess. But they're all over the place in this area. There's a lot of hunting and whatnot going on. And, you know, creatures that get hit on the road. Right out here, our road people drive really fast on. Anyway, if I can get 10 hens every year, hens lay for about 2-3 years. That'll give me potentially over time 30 laying chickens, which means I get about 30 eggs. Right now I can a day. It would be more like, say I had 30 chickens, probably more like 20 eggs a day. They don't always lay all the time. I get a lot of eggs. When the kids come back, they get a lot of eggs, especially me and Evan now that we're doing this very strict carnivore or loose lion diet. And it's just fun. It's interesting to see the birds do their thing. For the most part, if they learn to look up, they survive. They have got a messy area to live in with all this brambles and whatnot. So that when the hawks come, you can hear them. They do a certain cluck and everyone goes and hides. So you can see a lot of them are already hiding. It's probably because they saw it up in the air. So I'm hoping these girls will teach the next crew the same thing. Anyway, that's the journey. It's kind of fun, it's kind of dumb, but if you're interested in raising chickens, I am happy to chat. If you're local, come to our gym, CrossFit Garage here in Woodstock. If you're not local, email me, andy@crossfitgarage.com, and I'd be happy to help you out.